as we would recall, where he and his group took the initiative to give out hampers. And of course, we remember seeing the long lines of people, same as we see now. We saw that last day. And he was complaining day after day about persons who keep coming back for more and more. Fuad Khan also made a statement which says, many people who attend hamper giveouts are professional hamper collectors. They are not needy, but want more and more. I know a great deal of them. They should give their email and phone number and job address to a central hamper collection place. All hamper handouts should be given by a central office. And there can be no denial. The fact is that we know they are fraudsters in everything. And as we will hear in the clip when we refresh the feeds, about the extent to which some of these people went, to almost 2,700 persons would have received 2 sets of grants when they were only supposed to receive 1. They received the grant from the Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of Social Development. There would have been people who try a shot who, I could tell you of a personal experience that I had with somebody who was telling me, that they were looking to get the rental assistance grant. But the person wasn't renting. They had been renting before, and then subsequent to that, they took a decision to move back home with their parents. But because they still had the rental receipts from where they were renting before, and they still had the lease agreement with the landlord, they decided, well, I'll go in and try a thing and see if I get through. I don't know if they eventually did, because I told them, that is dishonest. Some people listen, some people don't. But and I'm sure that there were many other persons who would have done similar things. There are people whose jobs would not have impacted. They continue to earn their normal salary, but just decided, well, let me see what I could do. Let me see if I could try a thing and get some fast money, some easy money. So anybody who wants to criticize the minister to say that there aren't greedy people out there, see, and that's the thing, we choose to focus on the wrong things. The minister never classified everybody who's out there in distress as being greedy. Understand, let us make the separation. Greedy and needy. There are people who genuinely need the help, and there are people who will simply try and to profit off of the situation. But we know everybody, they have their agendas. And of course the UNC and their minions in the media will continue to push this thing and give it life beyond what it requires. We back up there, Bruce?
Yeah, we now back up on Facebook and on YouTube. I don't know what happened there, but I'm monitoring to see what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah. So we could go ahead and play back the clip.
Yeah. All right.
I'm your host, Mark Basant. Often branded as spin doctors, journalists are sometimes accused of twisting the facts. We want to guarantee you that we'll unspin that theory. Over the next hour, this comprehensive show of this
started from 22.
Still left empty-handed and nowhere to turn in this special Cheating the System.
COVID-19 state relief was supposed to be salvation for thousands of vulnerable citizens, but a scheme by fraudsters uncovered during an unspun investigation has severed this precious lifeline, and millions of dollars meant for those in need have vanished into the pockets of faceless conmen. Over a year ago, this government assistance relief was announced by Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley. The premise of this financial assistance was to ensure that citizens who were impacted by the first wave of the pandemic receive help for at least 3 months. But the government's best efforts to inject millions into rental assistance, income support, salary relief, and food grants to help many never filtered down to the thousands that were in need. Instead, an Auditor General's report found that over $8 million quietly slithered into the accounts of fraudsters. The detailed report pinpointed several irregularities in the payment of the grants and attributed this to the lack of monitoring, system deficiencies, and inadequate checks and balances. This enabled thousands of dishonest applicants to manipulate the system and double dip. According to the 176-page report, the criteria for the payments of the 2020 income and food support grants was to be only one payment per household. But in many instances, this did not happen, and many applicants seem to have applied and collected both grants. Their actions were tantamount to possible fraud. It also revealed that 75 applicants who registered twice received double payments for the food support grant and income support grants totaling $330,000. The Ministry of Social Development's database has a system in which those that are in need are registered through their national identification card. The report uncovered astounding records involving one national ID card number being used by more than one person in 6 income support grants and 20 food support grants. A finding later verified by the Elections and Boundaries Commission. These 26 applicants collected over $48,000 of state funds, allegedly through fraudulent means. The report also found that bank account numbers of applicants were not entered into the database, and in spite of this, one unnamed applicant received both the income and salary relief grants, while fewer discrepancies were realized with the salary relief grants, which falls under the purview of the Finance Ministry. The report noted 18 instances were seen where the employer's national insurance registration number was listed as 0 or 0000, and no evidence was seen that the Finance Ministry verified whether these employers were registered with the National Insurance Board. On the heels of this eye-opening report and Unspon's 3-week investigation, Social Development and Family Services Minister, in an exclusive interview pertaining to this matter, gave credence to the possible fraudulent activities that cost the state millions.
Last year, Minister, your ministry raised the issue of double dipping with regards to the grants. Can you say how many cases of double dipping were uncovered by your ministry?
Well, our database revealed that 2,672 persons received both the income support and the salary relief grant. And that was valued about $7.6 million.
Minister Cox admitted that some individuals had applied for both grants last year in error, but others exploited a loophole in the system. The double dipping issue attracted national attention last July when then Social Development Minister Camille Robinson-Regis stated that they had uncovered some irregularities with the rental assistance, salary relief and income support applications. Promising fraudsters would feel the full brunt of the law, Robinson-Regis said the government would not condone smartmanism and smartwomanism when it came to state funds.
We are finding that a number of people are trying to defraud the system. There are also persons who are trying to what we call double dip, where they're applying through the NIB system and they're also applying through the Ministry of Social Development and Family Services.
While confessing her ministry faced some kinks with its system in handling the 2020 COVID relief, Cox assured safety measures are now being put in place. One security feature to curb any possible reoccurrence of double dipping was the setting up of an online digital portal for the second payout phase. The names of the 2021 applicants will now be entered into the database of both ministries and the National Insurance Board of Trinidad and Tobago to pick out double dippers. The 2021 grants, valued between $25 to $30 million, will be paid by Cox's ministry and the Finance Ministry. An employee who stopped working from May 1st and possesses a national insurance number will collect $1,500 in the form of a salary relief grant, while those affected after May 8 will receive $1,000. Persons who are not holders of a national insurance number will receive an income support grant for the same sum. But even as government gave a fresh commitment to pay citizens who lost income by the new restrictions imposed, hundreds of 2020 applicants still have not received the grants due to them.
There are people in need and there are those in greed. And we have to look to decipher who is who, because some of them are just greedy. And there are those who are really in need. And sometimes the greedy ones stop the needy ones from being able to access what is there for them.
Cox said these dishonest individuals often speak the loudest about their ill-gotten gains.
It is really painful for me because I don't think that is how we were brought up. I just think this is how our society, this is not what we are accustomed to. And I feel really hurt about the fact that people try to defraud the system. You're not vulnerable, but you try to get. And there are persons who are serial. You see how we have serial killers? Who are serial, whatever you call it. I don't even know what name to call them, but they are around and they dip all around.
But while Minister Cox expressed agony and distress over the deceitful acts, her words have brought no comfort to Sarah Charles, whose salary relief application was rejected last year. Charles is one of the thousands who fought to survive during last year's lockdown. She said while she was in genuine need of financial help, the money went into the hands of scammers. As a boarding barber, Charles signed up for the 3-month grant valued at $4,500, but was declined because she did not have a business registration number. With no financial cushion, Charles struggled to look after herself and care for her ailing 65-year-old father. Unable to pay her rent, bills, and buy food, Charles said she felt like taking the easy way out.
I wake up in the morning and I open my fridge, I didn't see a grain of rice, right, because things got so hard, right? Didn't even have toiletries, stuff like toilet paper, toothpaste, anything. The house was just empty. Then, numerous calls from the landlord, requesting money for the rent, I went to sleep on nights, on a hungry stomach and actually crying. It's like I just couldn't deal with it, and I just felt like I just wanted things to be over.
Charles said she knows undeserving people who collected both grants, and it has angered and frustrated her. She said she felt cheated.
The thing about it is that it is wrong, and there are people out here that are in desperate need.
Like many others, Sarah Abdul Hakim has been waiting for her 2020 salary relief grant with no positive feedback. In the final trimester of her pregnancy, Hakim was suspended from her construction job when government shut down operations of non-essential businesses. With 2 mouths to feed and a third on the way, Hakim began selling kitchen utensils to stay afloat, but admitted the profits were small and barely made ends meet. Already caught between a rock and a hard place, things got even more difficult after the father of her newborn daughter walked out.
It had a point every single night where I didn't know what to do, and the only thing that got me through was my kids.
Hakim said she ate the cheapest thing she could afford, ramen noodles. At nights, Hakim said her stress levels increased as she reflected on her once comfortable life that had now become a waking nightmare. With the intravenous liquids of her job and money now all dried up.
You see, when the night comes and the evening sets in and everyone goes to bed and you're sitting there, and I would hold my daughter and I would just cry. It has been really hard.
Hakim hopes the grant that she has been expecting will temporarily ease her hardships. and she prays she can once again become employed. Unspun questioned Minister Cox about the possible individuals behind these alleged deceitful acts. Surprisingly, Cox said it was people she never expected.
Some people gainfully employed and tried to defraud the state. But one of the things about this is not just about them trying to double dip, but it also clogged the system. Because of course we got many applications, and now when you have to go through and deal with persons who provide false information, that would have kept back some of the person's grants from being processed. And some of the other areas the system was clogged was persons who put in wrong information. We're not even sure if it was deliberate or not, but wrong phone numbers, wrong digits with their IDs. Some persons who were not even eligible, like students. We got applications from students, right? And it was supposed to be persons who had lost income at that time.
The alleged fraudsters also found other ways to beat the system, revealed Minister Cox.
Some of them, they had the information from their recommender would have been false. They submitted false information. They would have also given wrong information with regards to their salary, because they would have tried to make themselves vulnerable. So therefore we would have gotten wrong information. So in investigation, then we found out that some persons would have given false information.
Irregularities, Cox said, were also uncovered with the rental assistance grants.
It is definitely worrying because of the fact that, remember, this was supposed to help the vulnerable. And anybody who tried to defraud, the system, I mean, it will be worrying for any government, because of course it affects the economy.
Cox came to one conclusion.
People will find a way around any system once, they want to get something. So that is why this time around, we have tried to put in much more. Our applications are online. There's a lot of checks and balances taking place. And even with those who, particularly with the rental, a lot of them were caught. But we didn't take it further. The application was just rejected.
Almost 1 year later, after complaints of double dipping surfaced, Unspun sent a series of questions to the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service Department of the Fraud Squad.
Dominic?
Yes, sir.
Yes, so we're getting ready to go play a music video and some
Yes, I think that's we just had like a couple of minutes, so we don't really need to play the rest.
Okay, cool.
I think we got the gist of what I wanted to bring out there, and the context in which the minister would have made a statement.
Yes.
Right? And that's important, but the media not focusing on that. And it's the way that they have this nasty habit of trying to mesh two things together to create a narrative that is not there.
Yeah. So guys, we're going to the break and we'll be right back. Keep it locked.
So all these girls and them, because I tell them already now, we run the block, you understand? I got just banner. Oh my Lord, good afternoon ladies.
Afternoon.
We all are going?
We're going to take our vaccine.
Oh my Lord, can we come with all the two?
Of course.
You take me one time.
Let's go.
Take it, take it, take it, take it. If you see the woman, take it. She said go up back and take it. She tell me she able, pretending needle. Hey, she start to smile, take it, just for a while. Take it, let you know she able, pretending needle. If you see the nurse, hey, she come for it first. Not to take this vaccine. I went back for a next shot. She take one stick, I come back cause she love it. I don't woman friend, didn't come make the grade. They say not me and that, this is a charade. But besides a little swelling and a little dizzy feeling, she had me a mess, thinking about her for this. If you see the woman take it, she sit down her back and take it. The woman she able, pretending it do. Hey, she start to smile and take it. Just for a while she take it. Let you know she able, pretending it do. I take a joke, she take one joke. I went back for a next joke. She take one stick, I come back cause she love it. She take one shot, I went back for a next shot. She take one stick, I come back cause she love it. If you see the woman take it, she sit down her back and take it. The woman she able, pretending it do. Hey, she start to smile and take it. Just for a while she take it. Let you know she able, pretending it do. If you see the woman take it, she sit down her back and take it. She tell me she able, pretending it do. Hey, she start to smile, take it. Just for a while, I'll take it. Let you know she able, pretending it do. Take your vaccine, girl. Take it. Take it. Take it. Take it.
If you're a small or medium business looking to grow, then you simply need more customers. This is where we can help. Did you know people are Googling keywords right now for your products and services, but they can't find you? We help small businesses just like yours take advantage of online ninja advertising techniques to get more customers and more sales. Did you know there are thousands of businesses in Trinidad and Tobago that are not properly taking advantage of online marketing strategies? This means there's plenty of opportunity for you. We can help you put together targeted marketing campaigns using Google, Facebook, Instagram, etc. to get you more customers, all while spending pennies on the dollar. Give us a call today for your free business consultation. Call 363-4030. That's 363-4030. One more time, 363-4030.
Sign up and save with Green Dot. When you subscribe to any of our broadband packages, you get 30% off the installation fee, allowing you to stream your favorite shows on any of your devices. Update your social media accounts and connect with friends and family. Stay on top of the class with online learning sessions, or keep your team in the loop with virtual meetings, all at an affordable price. This is a limited time offer, so don't wait. Call 224-GDOT today to sign up and save with Green Dot, improving and simplifying lives.
Due to the reinstatement of COVID-19 restrictions, our offices will be closed to the public. Customers with scheduled appointments will be facilitated via phone or video conferencing. Visit our online customer service center at www.ttmf-mortgages.com to make payments and request for an appointment, letters, and other documents. Documents for processing may be delivered to our drop box located at head office, 61 Dundonald Street, Port of Spain, or email to your TTMF officer, or otherwise sent to info@ttmf-mortgages.com. TTMF, from here to home.
You have been asking for him, and now he's on every second and fourth Friday from 1:15 to 1:45. Pastor, lawyer Dave McKenzie on the street, 919 FM. Call him and ask him about any legal matters that may be confronting you. Also, you have questions about the Bible, about spirituality and religion. He is able to answer. Join Pastor, lawyer Dave McKenzie on the street, 919 FM. Every second and fourth Friday from 1:15 to 1:45, as he will be dealing with legal matters and matters of spirituality on the street, 919 FM.
You don't need a mic to amplify your voice or a pen to rewrite history. You don't have to be a legend to inspire or use a podium to be a leader or have a title to be called successful. You don't need a classroom to be educated or even a radio to hear this message. And the world is yours to mold. All you need is passion and a deep connection to what you believe in. And you can make anything happen. When life is on, you can be mobile.
Be mobile. Just be.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's Radio.
The Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center of number 399 Eastern Main Road, Waiko in San Luis Grande is pleased to present Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson and guests on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Sundays, Ministry of Worship Children's Hour and the Word from 1 to 6 p.m. Tuesdays, see Jesus in every book of the Bible from Genesis to Revelation from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Wednesdays, we deal with current affairs from a biblical perspective from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell everyone. For further information, visit with us at www.churchofthefirstbornassembly.org. Facebook, email us at church668hope@gmail.com or call us at 753-1113 or 236-7271. Your free will gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated. Account number 795222 at the First Citizens Bank.
At Health and Wealth Lifestyle, we offer a wide range of services: blood analysis, iridology, acupuncture, foot detox, foot massages, gua sha, hot stone therapy, fire therapy, legs and feet massage therapy, mineral scrubs, acrotherapy, cupping.
We also have a wide variety of supplements: silver, zinc and magnesium, body light, and lots more.
We at Health and Wealth Lifestyle operate our business in a clean, safe, and comfortable environment. We frequently sanitize our compound and abide by all the COVID guidelines that are currently in place.
So come on down to Health and Wealth Lifestyle, where we treat you like family. Book your appointment today. Call us at 1-868-275-8359
or 1-868-288-1108.
And remember, your health is your wealth, and prevention is always better than medication.
Len Capital Certificates is a passive income service company located at Princess Margaret Street in San Fernando and Fifth Street South Woodbrook. At Len Capital, investing is made simple. You invest with us. We make the investments and then you collect returns either monthly or yearly. We have 5 different options you can choose from, and each investment option comes with different benefits starting from TT $5,000. For more information, contact 399-0307. Len Capital Certificates. It's all about you.
Tune into The Street 91.9 FM
every Sunday from 10:05 a.m. to 11 a.m.
for the Repairing of the Breach radio program with me, Bishop Showinal Thomas.
The scripture says, "And they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places.
Thou shalt raise up the foundation of many generations, and thou shalt be called the repairers of the breach, the restorers of the paths to dwell in."
Don't miss it. Repairing the Breach radio program with Bishop Showin R. Thomas on The Street 919 FM every Sunday from 10:05 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
So welcome back. You're locked on to the Street 919 FM. This is your Titans of Democracy, Dominic Romaine and Bruce Swain. Yes, Dominic.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
There was a second clip that I wanted to send you, right? You
sent it already?
I didn't send it to you. Oh. No, I didn't send it to you. It's from. Let me send it to you quickly, yeah, because I want to touch on the yesterday's happenings in the Parliament, right? But that's not. I saw this morning and I said I couldn't let it pass. Again, it speaks to the caliber of. Well, not all right. It speaks to the poor judgment of the misleader of the opposition when it comes to selecting people to serve in the Parliament. So I'm gonna send it to you, right? This is the quote-unquote Honorable Senator Anil Roberts and his program Doglaya Politics, attacking the Minister of Public Utilities. Apparently, he is suffering from a severe case of butt hurt. Apparently, members of the UNC opposition, they all have soft behinds, right? He is upset because the minister made mention of his name in the Parliament on Friday. I think it was prior to the motion of no consequence in the Minister of Health.
Yeah.
Where a question was put to the minister with respect to what is in the public domain about an impending increase in TNTEC rates, probably 2 or 3 times what it currently is. Now, that would have stemmed from a GSC meeting, or a public accounts meeting, where the committee was interviewing members of the Regulated Industries Commission. And the RIC really is the body that is responsible. It's an independent body that is responsible for rate reviews and so on, and they would make recommendations and so on. Now, I don't know wherever Anil Roberts got his information from, but he was questioning I think it was the chairman or something, and he was asking her about, information that they are intending to increase the rates as much as 2 or 3 times. And Rudy Indarsingh put the question to the minister as to whether or not the government is going to remove the subsidy on gas that is being sent or sold to TNTEC, such that the rates are going to increase. And the minister said, no, that is not so. He come back and ask another question. Is it true that there's an intention to increase the rates, TNTEC rates, by 2 or 3 times? And the minister said, clearly what Indarsingh is doing is coming to spread the propaganda of Anil Roberts. And he wishes to re-emphasize that is not true and there's no such intention to raise any rates. Well, I guess Mr. Roberts was probably looking at the session and he got upset because his name was called and he decided to go after the minister last night. So you'll just play like maybe the first couple minutes and just so that the people can hear the caliber.
I didn't see it come yet, no?
It didn't come yet? Run on there, man. Let's see here.
Yeah, no come.
Yeah. The caliber of person that we have sitting in the upper house, placed there by none other than Kamla Prasad Bissessa. She has such confidence in this man, in his ability to debate and to speak on behalf of the UNC, speak on behalf of the supporters, because he's sure as hell ain't speaking on my behalf. He could never, ever speak for me. He's a disgusting individual, as people will hear in this clip. Now, it's 17 minutes long, but I'm not going to play. I didn't even listen to the whole thing. I just listened to the first 3 minutes, and enough was said there to just reinforce the character of the man, that he belongs in the gutter. Even the gutter too good for him. As Jolene John once said, when they go low, we go below the pavement. That's where they belong, below the pavement, and we know what it has under the pavement. But even there is too good for him. Disgusting individual.
Where's this next from? One dumb.
As long as he is there, people like him, yeah, they will remain in opposition.
of public utilities. What is this next one from one dum-dum to the next one? They have a minister of public utilities. Oh God, what the man name? You know where them find he, nah? All I know is he does wear plenty makeup to take picture and thing. Like he trying to be one a tight shirt, tight pants, a la recusal friend, and then maybe he hoping to rent out a building. Anyway, the current PNM dum-dum minister of public utilities. I hear you calling my name, boy. May I even know your name to call your name? You calling my name in the parliament and say that the UNC and Anil Roberts are putting forward false information to the population that the subsidy is going to be removed by a wicked, nasty PNM government who says to wean yourself of the government, the new societies that you must do for yourself. Like you don't listen to your own Prime Minister, you don't listen to your own Dwayne Minister of Finance, you don't listen to your previous Minister of Public Utilities, Minister Lahunt, you don't listen to nobody, they just put you there. Obviously they put you there because you're expendable, boy. You don't even know what's going on in your own portfolio. Just now while you was locking up people, WASA connection. UNC come out and it is some hard Macron, and you had to come out, you ball them UNC on the cousin bacchanal, and in the evening you come out, well, we change our position. Hey, cry baby, flip-flopper. Did you know about the WASA disconnection drive? Did you know about the man who's in charge of WASA? Or was that man put on top of you? But sorry, I'm not going to say that because you might like that. And I'm going to say, was that man put beside you to work alongside you? And next time, wipe off the makeup or something now. You want to call my name and you're wearing makeup? What if I couldn't Macron, you, my hand will slip off with the powder and thing? What's going on? You want lip gloss? Let me tell you something, no name. You don't even know what the PNM going and do. They put you in a portfolio, you don't even know what's going on. Because the people are going to suffer the increased rates. You don't even know, you didn't even pay attention, you didn't even listen to the general manager of TNTech. You didn't listen to Con mash up subsidy input. You didn't listen to Keith Christopher Rowley wean yourself of the government. I need to spend the money on painting my building, my boy, a small pin and his brother and them, Richard Young. I mean, Imbot must get a little thing. We must rent out a building, so by a la tight pants, a la Rawi, rent out a few more buildings, more recusal. You ever get a recusal makeup face? You ever get a recusal? You's not in the higher echelons of the PNM hierarchy. You are not, you are lower in the animal farm, son. So you will not know that of which Anil speaks. But have no fear. Vishnu and Archie have been instructed to hold your words. Your words that you said, you call it my name, but you have to be a dum-dum, sir. Anil, don't forget.
Nick.
Yes, sir. Now, you see, hypocrisy knows no bounds with the UNC, right? So he said, so you don't know what's going on in the ministry. You understand that? Bruce, you recall, right? Now, that's what you're telling the minister. You don't know what's going on in the ministry. You the minister, you don't know what's happening. You don't know what's going on. When he was Minister of Sport and the live sport thing bus, you remember what was his defense? I am the minister. I don't know what was happening in life support. That is not my duty. We have the PS responsible for that, and we have the technocrats in the ministry. That is their job. That is not for the minister to deal with. That was his defense. But now you want to attack Minister Gonzalez with respect to what took place in WASA. Bruce, when the minister was on this station, when Sharon and I interviewed him, he made it abundantly clear that it is the ministers are not supposed to get directly involved in the management, the day-to-day management of the utilities and the enterprises that are under them, right? That is illegal for them to do that. Now you put a board of management in place to run the entity, and they will make decisions. It's not every decision that they make, they're going to send it to the minister, because the minister has other work to do. He has his cabinet responsibilities. He has other companies, other entities under him that he's responsible for. So he can't be micromanaging, but every day you have a whole big file on your desk with things that need to be approved and need to talk about. When it is that it was brought to the attention of the minister what was taking place, he immediately acted upon it.
Yep,
right?
That's right.
But this clown, because you vex because the minister exposed you as being a liar, you upset and you want to cuss out the minister, or the minister wearing makeup and all kind of foolishness. The minister not wearing no makeup. Because I have a similar photo that was taken out by my company, Bruce, for our awards and so on last year. And I hate the picture because it had me looking like I wearing makeup. Now I know when I took that picture, nobody had put no makeup on my face. I know that. Right? But just how the picture came out. But, and you post up the picture there. And I mean, and that is the caliber. This man, what upsets me is that this man holding the title of senator. He holding the title of senator is given to him by Kamala Prasad. So he's a disgrace to the senator of this country. He's not deserving of being there. What Arnold Roberts, his profession should be, if you want to rent a cuss board, you have a neighbor to cuss out and you want somebody to do it, call him, pay him money, tell him what is your issue and let him go and cuss out the neighbor for you. That's what he good for. His filthy mouth. I mean, he's supposed to have a toilet tank handle right by his ears. Every time he talks, it's just to pull it and flush to wash out the filth that comes out of his mouth. He should be eating toilet paper all day. But anyway, enough for him. So yesterday in the parliament, they were debating the Tobago Autonomy Bill, right?
Yeah.
It's already difficult enough, Bruce, to listen to them for 20 minutes. But apparently they had an extended time yesterday, some 2 hours, right? So I couldn't listen to them for 2 hours. I tried to, because I saw a clip going around with Rudy Anderson, who was the first speaker for the opposition, where apparently, I don't know, all of them need remedial reading classes because he called the THA chief secretary, the man's name is Ansel Dennis, well, he rechristened him Ansel David, Tracy Davidson Celestine, she became Tracy Celestine Davidson, can't even get the people name right. But that's not new for them, right? But to listen to him talk for 2 hours, that drone on, and you know, he has one of the most annoying voices in the parliament. You need a stiff drink to listen to this man, but then I don't drink, so it's been even more difficult for me. But in the little that I listened to, right, because I kept fast forwarding trying to look for a particular clip and I couldn't find it because it was too long. And he made it abundantly clear that the UNC has no intentions of supporting the bill because they have the view that the government needs to put the bill back out for consultation in Tobago. Bruce, this issue has been festering for years. For years, we've been hearing about the Tobago Autonomy Bill and wanting to give Tobago internal self-government. And now a unique opportunity has presented itself for the issue to be fast-tracked through the Parliament, again, because of what took place in January with the THA election. But obstruction, I'm hearing, I don't know, that the UNC would have met prior to the debate with representatives of the PDP who would have advised them not to support the bill because the PDP has their agenda, they know what they're about. And Watson Duke would have done a whole live where he got some document from 18 long called the Laws of Tobago, and he's saying, you see, Tobago had their laws here, they own laws and they own this and they own that. And it had nothing to do with Trinidad. And Tobago operated as a separate entity, and he and Fali are pushing secession. They want independence for Tobago. Tobago must have its own president and its own prime minister, its own judiciary and everything. That's what he wants, probably to be the first prime minister of Tobago. And while the unfortunate thing is that while he's advancing that argument, again from a selfish position, you are not bringing to the fore what are the issues and the challenges that such a prospect would bring about. Mm-hmm. Because if you're talking about secession and Tobago being by itself independent, I would have raised the issue before. It means Tobago now has to get its own currency, right? So it's an expense for them and it's an expense for us because our currency can no longer bear the name of a country called Trinidad and Tobago. It's just Trinidad alone, Tobago alone. Yeah. The amount of money that would be required by Tobago for them to set up their own judiciary, their own immigration, all of these different departments and so on. There's questions of, okay, it's like a divorce. So the marriage has ended. We need to decide how we split in the assets. So we have 4 ferries. How we deciding which to Tobago get in and which to Trinidad get in. You have to look at the issue of official document. Tobagonians, Trinidadians, everybody's going to have to change all their passports because the passports need to bear the name of the country. You have to change your ID card. You have to change your driver's permit. Any official document that you're in possession of.
What about the defense services and stuff like that?
All of these things. Right now, based on our international relationships with other countries, where we have diplomatic missions, high commissions and embassies and so on around the world. These are the High Commission of Trinidad and Tobago. the Embassy of Trinidad and Tobago. It will now become the Embassy of Trinidad, Embassy of Tobago. Who gets in it? These countries, and again, there are official documents that would have been signed overseas bearing the name of the country Trinidad and Tobago, so that there are significant and serious implications to secession that this man just not, that he doesn't care about, and he think is okay, right, secession, okay, done, we separate, nice. Let's hold an election and appoint me so that I can become Prime Minister of Tobago. And then what? Faris Al-Rawi would have spoken to the issue of the maritime borders and the impact that it would have in terms of, where the demarcation is, not just from a local standpoint, but internationally, and the benefits to be had from a country, Trinidad and Tobago, again, in an international perspective, as opposed to two separate. This is not something that can happen overnight. We're talking about a change process that is going to take years and it's going to be very, very expensive. But the government is saying we can reach a compromise where we can give Tobago significant autonomy so that they could they would have lawmaking powers, they would have the powers to, to raise funds on their own. But you have certain spokesmen in Tobago who are talking about demarcation of the maritime borders for the sake of fossil fuels, oil and natural gas, right? Because they're saying on Tobago side it have a lot of that and whatnot, so exploited to Tobago's benefit. So any money that is to be derived from the exploitation of those fossil fuels will go strictly to Tobago. But Tobago does not have at this point in time the infrastructure for that, Bruce. The majority of that infrastructure is based in Trinidad. So again, to set up that infrastructure is going to take a number of years. And until such time as that happens, then it will probably take at least 5 to 7 years, assuming, for you to be able to monetize. First, you have to find the gas and find the oil, right? And I imagine that would start to take place after the secession happens.
Yeah.
So how many years is this going to take? You have to negotiate with the oil companies and the energy companies. What are the concessions they're given to them as an incentive for them to come and drill? So the drilling going to take how many years? And then when you find it, to monetize that gas or that oil, it's going to take how many years to bring it from the seafloor to wherever. You have to set up the infrastructure in Tobago to bring it on land for the bunkering, if you want to set up refinery or wherever it is that you want to do. These are things that you need to think about. But apparently Mr. Jupe not focusing on that. So chain up the people. Let me hold up a document from 1876, Laws of Tobago, and tell you that Tobago once did it on their own and so on. Come on. I mean, half a loaf is better than none at all. They always have the amendment process. So let us adopt what we have now to give Tobago more than what they have. A bird in hand is worth two in the bush. At least the bill that is currently being proposed by the government gives them a lot more autonomy than they currently have. Yeah. And as time progresses, we can refine the bill, come back with amendments and say, well, okay, let's adjust this to give them a little more.
Dominic,
but at least now we have... Huh?
I'll come back.
Yeah. And so the point that I'm making to Trinidad and Tobago is simply this. Yet, for the UNC to give support, yesterday, I think they probably had about 2 or 3 speakers, and that exercise is going to continue. But all we've heard from them so far is criticism. All we've heard from them so far is about the attitude of the members of the government during the Joint Select Committee meetings, and who was disrespectful, and who this, and who that. They have not offered a single amendment, a single recommendation, so far in their discourse as to how can we refine the bill. If you had discussions with people from the PDP, did they make any recommendations that you think we can implement in the bill now? So all I expect that we're going to keep hearing from the UNC as the debate goes forward is the government this. Endorsing gave a whole talk yesterday about the Prime Minister and think that the Prime Minister say way back when he was in opposition and when he was this and when he was that as compared to what he say now. And all of that is irrelevant. At the end of the day, this thing has been before the Joint Select Committee forever. You're trying to tell me that you all could not reach any sort of consensus on any of the matters, any of the issues, any of the recommendations in this particular report? None? So is it that the UNC brought recommendations, brought suggestions, and the government dismissed all of them outright? But we know that the UNC has an agenda, right? Frustrate the process, create a narrative that what the government is offering Tobago is no good for Tobago, that it is simply a means whereby the government intends to try and keep a stranglehold on Tobago. So, is a hoodwink exercise. That's the narrative that they're going to be sharing going forward. And then all that is going to do. So let's anger the people of Tobago to ensure that whenever the THA election is called again, that the PNM loses. Because we're going to sell a narrative that the PNM are not really interested in giving you all autonomy, but they'll give you all a watered down something to fool all you. Anyway, let Tobago have their say. I don't know, as the debate continues in the parliament, and as it continues, we'll continue to inspect and listen to what is being said. But Rudy and Darasing made it abundantly clear yesterday. The UNC is not going to support, and based on that, Bruce, I don't see the need to continue the debate, because the government, from what I understand, needs the support of at least 9 members of the opposition in order to get the bill passed, and they have made it clear they're not going to support. So they may not, when time comes to the vote, they may not vote no, but they will take the coward's way out, as they always do, abstain. So we didn't say no, but we are of the opinion that this bill is not worthy of Tobago, and so we will simply not vote on it at all. Wow. Abstention is the coward's way out, and that is they've already set up the platform to do that. So it's just a set of diatribe that we'll be listening to for the rest of the debate. Save us the suffering now. You all already make your point, you're not supporting it. I don't see the need to carry on with it.
So guys, we could probably take a couple calls from Tobago and hear what you guys have to say. You know, how you feel about what's taking place. Please keep it clean, keep it, 342-0081, 466-5391. Let's see. Now, guys, I would like to get some calls from Tobago. I need to check to make sure that they are locked on. They're hearing us. So let me see. Caller, good morning.
Yes, a blessed good morning, Sir Bruce Wayne.
Morning.
Mr. Loyal listeners and callers, Ms. Sharon Felix, and all who are on the live. Well, here what's going on, Dominic and Bruce. You see all the clippings and everything. Yesterday, according to what yesterday, they had not even one amendment for what is brought. And you know the hurtful part? These people who were opposing, they had the last set of consultation, I think was just at the end of April, beginning of May, if you was watching you, before it went to the Joint Select Committee. Why? At that time, when they had the consultation, only didn't ask for more time. But all they want to tell me about only want more time now, but consultations again. According to me, Shampakodo is over 20. Well, listen, they had umpteen amount of consultations concerning this. And the reason why them want the 12 nautical miles is because of separation, and not internal government, but separation, if you will. But my point is this. You see the Trinidad and Tobago Revenue Authority Bill, the local government reform bill, and this THA bill, no support from the opposition. And listen very carefully, Miss Opposition Leader. We find you out. You're no good. Thank you very much, Dominic and Bruce.
Thank you. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Bruce.
Morning.
Morning, Dominic. Morning,
Morning, sir.
Morning to the whole of Trinidad and Tobago. Bruce, as a Tobagonian, I am ashamed. I am ashamed as a Tobagonian, and a born and bred Tobagonian. And I used to hold Mr. Hotel Child with high respect, a great politician, a very intelligent politician. But I take away all that from him. Ramos James, the Dukes, the Parleys, and everybody supporting these people. And Hotel Child knows the history of Tobago and this bill. And Hotel Child has gone to the back of the class now from his response. Now, what people always tell you, you must creep before you walk. You must hold on and stand up to start somewhere to walk. And like these people want to get up and run instead of creeping before they walk. Now, if we miss this opportunity, we will not get this opportunity again. We must look in Scotland, England, in Scotland, everything that they want to do, but Scotland took what they get, and they continue with the process. Right? And if these people, if the Paris and the Dukes and the James and the Charles and these people figure that they turn down the bill and expect to get, God forbid, if the UNC get back into power, which I know they can't. If they think they're going to get 11 nautical miles, they're not getting none. If they believe that they will get 8% of the national budget, they may not even get none. So let them be careful what they're doing. Let them be careful what they are asking for. To the Ghanaians, forget Paris and them. And let us pray to God that this bill passing is supposed to, we can make a start for greater things for Tobago. And we have to think about our children and our grandchildren. Not us, because we going down in the hole. We have to think about our children and grandchildren. And Tobagonians, be careful what you're asking for. I know what I'm saying, you know. When Sandai came here, they shut it down after you called a press conference. He said, when he became Chief Secretary of Tobago, he will bring back Sandal. Now was there, 23-3, nothing was done. Pandy was there. Kamala was there for 5 years, 14 months, and 5 months, 3 months, and 14 days. Nothing was done. They always, to be honest, expect them to go and do something now, which should have done already. Come on, man. I'll wake up and smell the coffee. The money can boost. I'll have a good day.
You too, man. Thank you.
Morning.
Caller, good morning.
Morning, Bruce.
Morning, mother.
Yes, oh gosh, what is your boy name?
Dominic.
Dominic, Sharon, and everybody else. Bruce, yesterday I listened, and the first opposition person who spoke, I had to think back to know if an election was called, because all I was getting is like campaigning, and as if he didn't know the purpose why he was there. And I find that what he was saying, he called about 6 names or 8 names from Tobago. Like if those are the people who want the bill and nobody else want anything different. So in other words, once 8 people living in Tobago he campaigning for. I find he was talking out of time. I couldn't follow him to know every time he take up something is something else he talking about beside the bill. So let them go ahead and let them over here follow them and go through. Because what I see, if it's bill dead, it's dead for good. Right. Okay then.
Yes.
Right.
Thank you. So Tobago, you call me up. Let me see who's out there. Caller, good morning. Hello, good morning. Caller, you gotta load on your radio, please.
Yeah, morning.
Morning.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You see Tobago, I remember, right, like my father a long time, when they go and buy some land, they chase the dirt and thing. They know they could plant sweet potato. And Tobago right now coming to me like a long time people. Because my father have settled in Tobago, my father leave for me, but you have no road. 120 acres and 110. And you see Tobagonian right now look like them days. Because Mr. Duke and them not on Tobago. Them not on Tobago. And them following UNC. Them following UNC people. And I find UNC then have no right to nothing to do with Tobago right now, so them supposed to sit out at Tobago basis. And Tobago and so if you got Prime Minister from Tobago. All they think they like all they like all because all the money they give Tobago all them the people don't want to say they kind of thing the same. Right here the kind of thing they say you can never nobody to run nothing. Them on the self. But the push on my sister house, in Tobago, they hope he pay that money. Because them on land thing, them on know nothing. Them in UNC, them on nobody, they on themselves. And Tobago open all their eyes. Or that Tobago Prime Minister, who will help all that again? Because anytime you come and then get power, getting things to Tobago, the thing they care about all that, the Tobago people land they want. So let's have, and next thing again, this man she bring Annie Roberts to bacchanal in this country. How you as a woman and you could bring Annie Roberts in this country in Parliament? I still we have some madman in Parliament kick away Annie Roberts' mouth. Serious, great disrespectful. And Camilla real disrespectful to bring Annie Roberts back in this country. Them supposed to be in jail. Yeah, you're talking about water and the cut water. Yeah? Where the money gone that the thing is? Where that money gone? People are here, or they will get tired up here. In this country with camera and them here. Or that is stand up now. And black people are studying them too much. Or they disgrace to black people now with that food thing. Yeah? Black people and that. You see to be going and that with that food thing, or cussing the woman, she must resign, and what kind of thing. That's bad in this country. Come on, the only way this country I'm going to be, I get rid of that UNC. And I thought this man was a good man. What his name? Barato, what his name? He's supposed to join, go back and join with COP. Bring back COP because them real decent. Them decent people. But he makes himself a fool. Because nobody want UNC again because of his teeth. Right, and embarrassing to the nation.
Thank you.
Thank you. Things had to change here. And they were power because the mouth sit down. That was like a power come from him by rubber gun.
Caller, good morning.
Hello?
Morning.
Yes, good morning, Dominic and Bruce.
Morning.
Morning. Dominic, Bruce, did you not sitting yesterday and watching these UNC people talking about Tobago? It sickens me to my stomach. These people have no clue what Tobago wants. Some of them, they have never been to Tobago. They can't talk for us. They can't talk for us. We don't want them representing us. And I know they would have had talks with PDP. This one they call Lakshmi something, whatever her name is. She tried to pull down our MP for Tobago West. Let her leave Shamfa alone. She said she's the shadow minister. She would keep shadowing all the time. She can't put her foot in Shamfa's shoe. And this one rude, whatever. I am asking this question. Has he ever been a student of some sort of a special school or something? Because to me, this man is sounding mentally retarded. I don't know. Something is wrong with that man. Let them leave Shamfa and I am not to talk for Tobago. They can't talk for Tobago because they don't have a clue what is taking place in Tobago. Have a blessed morning.
Thank you.
You know, Bruce, as the caller mentioned about shadow, what reminds me again, and we would have played it before. Back in 2019, I think it was, in her last contribution to the budget, Ramona Ramdial, the former member of parliament for Cuba North, where she was the one who was selected to speak on Tobago issues. And in going through the budget, I remember she was criticizing all of the allocations made to Tobago and questioning, why does Tobago need so much money? And I remember her making the statement, you see what they're doing, Madam Speaker? You see what they're doing? They're only cutting this and cutting that in Trinidad to send the money to Tobago. So they're suffering people in Trinidad by cutting all these different projects and taking the money and sending it across to Tobago. She questioned why so much money was being spent on access roads, the amount of money that was being put for employment in certain areas, the amount of money that was being spent on vehicles. So they had an issue then. And it's not the first time that they have made this issue. When they were in government, the only time they ever tried to spend any sort of money in Tobago was when they were trying to win the THA election of 2013, I think it was, and they got a sound curtail. And Jack spent a whole set of money across there. Why have we heard from the Baigan and Bodhi man or the pumpkin man, whoever it is, who built a house from selling Bodhi and pumpkin? We hear anything from him? They're not genuine. And the only thing that we are hearing coming out of the mouths of the UNC speakers is simply what they've been told to say by the PDP. That's basically what they're trying to do, create a narrative. And at the end of the day, what Sinjuk and Pali and they want is secession. Even though they make any claim that nobody never said that, just like Rushton Parade on Friday said nobody ever said COVID, sunlight will kill COVID. Nobody didn't say that, so everybody mad. Same thing, they said we never talk secession, but people could find the videos now and clips of where they specifically spoke about that. And that is what Watson Duke wants. He wants to be the first Prime Minister of Tobago by any means necessary. And my point is simply this. Let us pass what you currently have before the Parliament, right? Because there can be no denial that it's going to give Tobago a lot more autonomy than they have now. And then we can still take the UNC suggestion of more consultations. So we enact this, give them the authority that they need, and then you can still go back out and do your consultations with a view to going down the route of amendments, and you could amend the bill in later months or years, and to get it to the point that everybody will be satisfied with. But right now, okay, but if all in supporting it, well, we continue with the status quo. Just take note who supported and who didn't.
Caller, good morning.
Pleasant good morning to you, Bruce.
Hey, morning. How you doing?
Not too bad at all. Pleasant good morning to you, Dominique.
Morning, Brian.
Pleasant good morning to Ms. Felix. Pleasant good morning to all callers and listeners of 91.9. Dominique, I told you weeks ago, if you heard what was coming out of Farley Augustine's mouth, if you had listened to what he had said, he told me yes. I said, but continue to listen, because then you're going to hear certain things. Since when I told you that, I recognized that they were speaking about secession and didn't have a clue as to exactly what would happen to Tobago. It's secession that they were speaking about, and the member of Tobago West was very, very apt in all that she said yesterday. She said this thing has been going on for so long that they were getting pieces and pieces and pieces. Why they wanted every single thing that they could not get all at one time? These things normally happen with any sort of arrangement between Twin Island states and so on. Right? She says we are getting quite a lot right now. We can always come back to and add more to it in later years. But if not now, when? The revenue that Tobago makes for themselves without the budgetary allocation is about $200 million. Right? The Tobago House of Assembly employs the majority of Tobagonians at this point in time. Where are they going to get money to sustain that? Where are they going to get money to do all the things you just mentioned a short while ago? Where are they going to get money to sustain the ferry service, which will of course go up astronomically in price with respect to moving between Trinidad and Tobago? Everything is going to go up. Are they going to have an auditor general under Watson Duke? He didn't want the one that was coming across to Tobago. I think who's going to monitor exactly what is going on in Tobago? Will they still be asking for a budgetary allocation then? Or will that stop as well? There are a lot of questions that people are not asking. You understand? People just talking. What they are being offered right now is fantastic. They will no longer be a war. They will be side by side with Trinidad. They will no longer be a war. Not only that, they will be able to make their own laws, make their own decisions. They will not be dependent upon the cabinet in Trinidad. What they were offered in 2013 was that the laws that they made, Kamala and them told them at that time, once laws were made in Trinidad, it would override the laws that they would have made in Tobago. And that was wrong. All these things have been mentioned. What else are they asking for? How much more consultation? Everybody has had this say. Who else they want us to talk to? But you see, all this there is all gimmickry. And as usual, the UNC has absolutely nothing to give Tobago. Khadija Amin said, why are we giving Tobago so much money, remember? Like she said, one constituency in Trinidad had more people than in Tobago. They don't care about Tobago. What do you think they're going to do at the end of all of this? They're going to abstain and the bill will fail. That is what they want. They do not want. If they didn't want to, because they get sandals. You think they want more money to go across to Tobago right now? That's 6.8%? Really? Which would indeed help Tobago? They don't want that for Tobago. Who are we fooling? What is being offered now by the government is fantastic. By the Joint Select Committee, it was fantastic. Those things were extremely well set out and well organized. It's a very, very good start. They may not get all that they want, but it is a very good start. And I want to ask, what else what does Winford James have to say outside of that this ain't good? What are your recommendations? What about Vasant James? What does he have to say? What is his recommendations? What are the recommendations of the UNC? What is this that outside of more consultation like the like? 25 years this going on. More than 25 years. How much more consultation do they want? Thank you very much.
Thank you. So guys, you can call us up 342-0081, 466-5391. Those are the numbers to get us live in studio. Caller, good morning. Caller, good morning. Morning, yes.
Morning. Yeah, Dominic, morning. Morning to Ms. Sharon. Morning to all the listeners on Titans of Democracy. You all too are Titans also. Once you call you on the program. Yeah, that's it's real upsetting, Dominic. It's unbearable, boy. I really wish we get a real big chance of vaccines and the majority of the population get vaccinated. Boy, and we hit the road for this opposition, boy, so boy, real talk. I know how Trinidadians and Tobagonians feeling right now. We could at this point in time, anybody could reel up our opposition to this opposition because they're not making any sense and they just hurting people, Dread. I hate to hear that dotish word about not enough consultation. You know how much bill them jumbie with that chopper talk, boy? Them real upsetting, Dread. They're not making any sense, boy. And I honestly believe what preventing people from hitting the street is the COVID-19 for these useless waste of time, hateful, I don't say racist, but they're disgusting, boy, so boy. All they done saying that all they not going to support the bill, Dominic, you're correct. We'll just wrap it up and go with it, boys. All this sort of wasting time thing, Jed. Have a lot of things will have to be better off where they are. So what? We can see that the opposition is about interrupting and disrupting. Yeah, what I'm applying to this. In addition to all what this PNM government has done, given Tobago passing this bill will be added to all the positives. So here is the scene. Levy do support nothing then concerning that bill because that go add to the resume of the PNM and it go make them look good, and that is the reason why they want to bring this totish nonsensical chaos to this country, Dread. And Tobago better to bind to that totishness about separating from Trinidad. This is just another historical turning point that will show that black people totish, Dread. All they want to accept this unity nonsense that coming, that what you can them want to come and push on this country in this time and how the world going now. And UNC not going to support that bill, which will give Tobago, the ability to invest and all them kind of thing. Why these sycophants and fanatics can't see that these people, watch now, whatever decision Tobago make, it are not turning back and also late, it end up this way. Let me try and fix it as total chaos coming to all for giving to these UNC wicked evil people, Dominic, I fed up talk about them, but I can't wait for this country to be normal. But I am fronting this protest and running them and sending a message to them. Disgusting people, boy. It are no kind of refined conversation they could have about anything that the UNC doing, boy, and these suck-ups and lickers and them always defending these wicked people, boy. This thing real hurtful. Have a nice day. Thanks for allowing me the contribution.
No problem, man. Take care. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Dominic and Bruce.
Morning.
You know, it's sad, boy, that people, I don't know how we as African people or the people with the right thinking head cannot see that Kamala Bissetta and them only based on division. You know, it's so sad that even in a pandemic, these people don't see a united front. Let me come together. And I think we as a people have to stop asking them to come together. We must recognize that they don't want no togetherness. All them just want power. You understand? And not power to do the right thing, you know. Power to do what is wrong. You understand? And we must guard. That is something that we as sensitive people must guard against that. I remember the Prime Minister, Patrick Manning, said all we need is a level head and common sense. And these people don't have no common sense. They're not even trying to educate the people. That's how sad it is. They are not even trying to educate the people. They want to keep them as Down syndrome. So they will continue to vote one way. 2025 coming, and it's the same thing they're going. They're not going to change, knowing that Kamala cannot go into power. You understand? I don't know, but this is really making you get sick. Because nothing, they gain all the benefit and nothing isn't good. Nothing isn't good for them. They just want everything. They are thinking about nobody else. But brothers, I don't know. We just have to keep talking and praying. Thank you.
Thank you. Dominic, we're getting ready to go for another break. But before I do that, the last caller used a term there, and I would need to do this.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Guys, I know we are very passionate about what is happening in terms of the decision to be made on this bill for Tobago, but we need to be mindful of what we are saying. Can't put the radio station and the announcers into disrepute. Okay, guys? So be very, very careful. I know you're very passionate. Most of us are very upset by what is happening, but let us be mindful that we are still speaking on the radio and there are a lot of people listening, and you don't want us to get pulled. Okay, so let's be careful, guys. So we go into a break in about a minute time, and when we return, we will continue with our discussions right here on the Street 919 FM with the Titans of Democracy, Dominic Romain and Bruce Wayne.
Listening to the Titans of Democracy. You don't know. Real talk. Good morning.
I'm a big woman, a little girl, and I'm 16. I wanna hear them sing a little. out and leave me all the time. They used to go the fest and enjoy their life. Well, I am the big old man and I'm wasting time. I feel like I'm missing out. Start to jump right now. Jump up just so when I get down low and I rock it out. Mind your business, hush your mouth and I'm counting. I'm a big old man, not a little girl. Hey, don't expect me to be the same. What? I'm a big girl now. Watch out my fat bumper. Walk it from right in. And I don't give a damn cause I'm a big girl now. That's in the car. If you enjoying the show, show me some thumbs up right now in the comments. This feels like carnival to me.
Are you experiencing loss of vision or are your glasses broken? At Value Optical, we're open and we're here to help. You can have your urgent eyeglasses in 3 days with packages starting at $695. When you visit us, be mindful of the 3 W's. Wear your mask, wash your hands, and watch your distance. Please call us toll-free 800-2020 for expert advice on your vision needs or to book your appointment. Value Optical, caring for your eyes.
Simpson's Memorial Limited, number 63 Eastern Main Road, Laventille. Internationally accredited funeral directors and embalmers. A full-service funeral home serving families of Trinidad and Tobago and internationally since 1945. At Simpson's Memorial Limited, we serve with dignity in assisting families in honoring the memory of their loved ones. Our services include professional funeral and pre-planning, burials and cremation, custom-built and imported caskets, coffins and cremation trays, cemetery management, limousines, mourners cars, grief counseling, web streaming of funerals, fully air-conditioned chapel with live musical accompaniment, full global shipping and receiving of loved ones. We specialize in facial restorations. Call us anytime, day or night, at 623-8688. That number again is 623-8688. Simpsons Memorial Limited. Superior service, always with excellence.
Take me to the king. I don't have much to bring.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282. or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
For some, today is just another routine 24 hours. To others, today is first page in tomorrow's story. It's the audition for tomorrow's performance. It's the spark that ignites tomorrow's change. The perseverance for tomorrow's breakthrough. The first like of tomorrow's big hit. Never take your today for granted. When life is on, those who truly believe in the power of today can become anything tomorrow.
Just be mobile. Just be.
Hey, you keeping safe? I hope so. I don't really know what will happen when everything will back up, but the line had to go on. But in the meantime, just come online with the live wire. I'm on the Street 919 FM every Saturday from 5 to 8 p.m. Or you could check us out on the live on Facebook at the Street 919 FM or on YouTube at Street TV. Don't forget to share the live. That might just be as important as you keeping safe. So mask up, sanitize, tune in to the Street 919 FM, Lime on the Live Wire, Saturday afternoons, 5 to 8 p.m. Don't worry, I gotta be home in time for the curfew. Keep safe.
Police, good day. Officer Best Price here. Johnny Q Auto Parts Division? Yes, sir. I'm here to investigate an assault on batteries. Excuse me, sir? Is it true? You have batteries selling for $488?
Yes, Power Master, Optima, Vata, and Megastar batteries.
So I could buy a battery for $488?
Yes, sir. For cars, trucks, and boats. Backed and distributed by Massey Automotive.
Which part?
Right here at Johnny Q Hardware and Auto Parts Division, 15 Arrowbita Avenue, Woodbrook. And our new Johnny Q Superstore, located at Lowlands Mall off Claude Noel Highway in Tobago. You could call 63 Tools.
Alright, thanks boss. Nah man, Granny, do you have $488 to lend me?
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's Radio.
The Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center of number 399 Eastern Main Road, Waiko in San Luis Grande is pleased to present Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson and guests on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Sundays, Ministry of Worship Children's Hour and the Word from 1 to 6 p.m. Tuesdays, see Jesus in every book of the Bible from Genesis to Revelation from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Wednesdays, we deal with current affairs from a biblical perspective from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell everyone. For further information, visit with us at www.churchofthefirstbornassembly.org. Facebook, email us at church668hope@gmail.com or call us at 753-1113 or 236-7271. Your free will gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated. Account number 795222 at the First Citizens Bank.
Now there's a new way to pay your electricity bill.
Quick pay your bills today. Quick pay, it's a whole new way. Online, pay your bill one time. Yes, there is a whole new way to quick pay for your electricity. Yes, they made it easy. Just enter your account number. 4 clicks and it's over.
Introducing Quick Pay, a new service from the Trinidad and Tobago Electricity Commission that lets you pay your bill online with your credit or Visa debit chip card. Just enter the account number and contact information. Click Pay and you're done.
This is the Street 919 FM COVID-19 updates. In case you missed it, the latest COVID positive cases in TNT as of 28th June 2021 stands at new positive cases 145. Total active cases 7,351. Total recovered patients 24,170. Total positive cases for COVID-19 as of March 2020 to present 32,343. Follow the Ministry of Health COVID-19 protocols. Wear your mask, sanitize, social distance, and avoid gatherings. A message from the Street 919 FM.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
The Street 91.9 FM brings you today's tips to improve your financial literacy. Improving your financial literacy is a never-ending endeavor that needs to be prioritized. As you work on improving your financial literacy, it's important to continue your momentum. Here are your tips. Pay attention to your fees. Understanding the fee structure and the amount you have been paying on a monthly or even annual basis in regards to fees associated with financial services is extremely important. Account service fees, annual financial planning service fees, investment account management fees, you name it. If you haven't reviewed and audited your fees yet, I recommend that you sit down and make this a priority. That was your financial tip brought to you by the Street 91.9 FM.
Yo, this is your boy Ziggy Rankin, and right now you're listening to the Titans of Democracy. You don't know. Real talk.
So just a bit of housekeeping for you. Welcome back. Residents of East Port of Spain, listen up. On Monday, the 5th of July at 7:30 p.m., the HDC, together with UDICOT, will present their plans for your area. Tune in live here on the Street 909 FM or via the HDC's Facebook and YouTube channels to learn more about the East Port of Spain Regeneration Project. Johnny Q for all your hardware, building materials, auto parts, small tool rentals, pets and pet supplies, gravel and sand now available. Don't forget Power Master, Optima Vata and Megastar batteries starting from $488. And it's all at Johnny Q, number 15, Arapita Avenue, Woodbrook. And now our new Johnny Q Superstore in Lowlands Mall, Tobago off Claude Noel Highway. Just call 63 Tools. Value Optical wishes to advise the public that all 13 branches will be open on a limited basis to continue to provide essential eye care services to you. Our services are now currently limited to emergency and critical eye care only, and we will require you to make an appointment at this time. Please call us at 225-4865 or toll free 800-2020 for all inquiries on opening hours, eye testing availability, and how we can assist your eye care needs. Value Optical, caring for your eyes. What is convenience? Convenience is paying your digital bill while staying in and staying safe by paying with your Visa debit card on My Digital app. No need to use a credit card. We make it easy to use your debit card to pay your bill, top up or purchase a plan. Download the My Digital app in your mobile app store today. International cricket superstars Karen Pollard, Dwayne Bravo, Lyndall Simmons and Riyad Emirates, even Raymond Ramnarine and Ravi B has all been using Omega XL for joint pain and getting great results. So what about you? Just pick up a bottle of Omega XL right now at all leading pharmacies or call Great Health Limited at 225-0410. So live long and stay strong with Omega XL. Yes, Dominic. I hear you.
Yes, sir.
All right, nice. No hearing you.
Yeah, volume down there.
So we are back.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, at least I saw on the good news side with respect to the numbers yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
COVID numbers, where we would have had 5 deaths.
Yeah.
All deaths are unfortunate, but 145 new cases. So we're heading in the right direction.
Yes.
We see to have come out of the 200. So let's see if we could hold that for about another 3-4 days. You know, we can see that we've turned the corner. Of course, I know that is going to be a disappointment to a lot of people who were hoping that we would have seen an explosion in numbers from the Wednesday when everybody went and lined up to get vaccine when they weren't supposed to, right? So you could say, see, tell all here, look what would happen. But in terms of the numbers that I look at daily, is the total persons vaccinated with 1 dose, 211,363. Total persons fully vaccinated, 72,653, which is much higher than most other countries in the Caribbean, contrary to what the UNC has been saying, that we're behind in the vaccination race. Everybody else vaccinated their citizens.
How much was the second dose?
72,650.
Yes, well, I am proud to say I am part of that 72.
Yeah. What's that?
I am proud to say I am part of that 72. Yes. Yes. Fully vaccinated
nice,
on Friday gone.
Right.
Yes.
Excellent.
And I must say I am still monitoring myself, but so far, thanking the Heavenly Father, no symptoms, no side effects, no. I'm most grateful. Yes.
Nice. Well, I'm looking forward to being able to make that same claim, but I still have some weeks to go. Yeah. But those are very encouraging numbers, Bruce, as compared to, for instance, I would have quoted the figures on Sunday for Barbados. In terms of the total number of persons who have received one jab, they're still under 100,000.
Okay.
And also in terms of the total number of persons who would have received 2 jabs, they are under 70,000. But remember, they receive vaccines before everybody else, the 100,000 from India, right? And so therefore they should have been well ahead. I wonder if the people in Barbados cussing the Prime Minister saying, oh, so how Trinidad passed week? We were supposed we had their vaccine before them. All of a sudden, Trinidad on 200-something thousand people with 1 dose and 72,000 with 2 doses, and we still behind. We ain't reach 100,000 yet with 1 dose. Because out me and Motley, you think that happening there? Because Trinidad, pressure. You would have heard that. We were in front, and now everybody passing me. Even Dominica, that had gotten vaccines first with Barbados, they have only inoculated 1 dose about just over 20,000 people, 2 doses, 18,000. Jamaica was getting a set of vaccines too. Same thing, 170-something thousand persons first dose. So, but we behind, we last, we are the laughing stock of the Caribbean. Yeah, they ain't talking, all of a sudden they're hushing them out on vaccines.
Very, very good. Let them hush them out. Let them hush them out.
And meanwhile, we have the opposition continues to be conspicuously absent from Parliament. I have no COVID. I never have. I didn't, and I never did. So why aren't you in Parliament?
So you collecting a salary under false pretense, and what really going on there? I understand that.
Yeah.
When was the last time she was present in the Parliament?
Not for a while. But the other day they cussing the Prime Minister. Oh, the Prime Minister ain't come to Parliament to answer the question. He absent himself and whatnot. And it's disrespectful to Parliament. Oh, well, the leader missing session after session after session. Oh, that's okay. No explanation.
Yeah, but according to Roberto, I pay salary every month. What going on?
Yes.
My money jumping up in Stillman, as they say.
Correct.
Yeah, man, that's not acceptable.
That could never be.
No, that's not acceptable at all.
I haven't checked to see if they had the Monday night forum or the virtual report to see if she was there. So I'll probably check later on in the day and see. I would have called one of her opening batsmen to call in and tell us what. I know his deflection is already there, no? Ask Kingsley Sunday. So that's he kind of duck, he bob and he weave. So I say, all right, yeah, I got quick, he tell me he good at answer, and then you duck out and you answer the question. She take the vaccine, her husband take it. The husband is a doctor, so he would have done his research and so on. So he didn't advise his wife of the research. They say, well, yeah, what now comes? It's good to take, you know.
The research was confidential.
Yes.
It's confidential.
Something that she doesn't, a word that she's not familiar with. Anyway. We'll allow Tobago to continue to call it if they so desire.
Yes.
Yes. Their concerns and their position with respect to what is happening in the Parliament, because it's an ongoing exercise every day.
Caller, good morning.
Hi, morning, Bruce and Dominic.
Morning.
Bruce and Dominic, I know if I can help me here, because I may be talking things that I may be out of time and out of tune with what's going on. But UNC is debating the self-governance for Tobago, but has UNC went to Tobago, the political leader and others, and consult with the people on the ground on what they wanted? Or have they done anything at all close to that? Where they would have put in, because they don't have a representative in Tobago. They never really had any serious representative in Tobago other than Skippy, and we know what Skippy was about. They did went up this, well, they know he'll have lost anyhow. But other than that, has UNC really meet the people on the ground and talk? Because they're speaking for them in Parliament now. They are saying that they don't want this self-governance, the bill that they put in. But everybody with any common sense will realize that what is being put before the Parliament is better than what is there at this time. So as UNC put in an argument, okay, we'll vote for this bill, but all in all, we have to do amendment to the bill because we need to get this and we need to get it down the line. But UNC is doing that, and I try to understand that. How can UNC speak on behalf of the Tobagonians and tell us that this is what they want and this is what they don't want when they don't have a voice on the ground in Tobago? So could somebody please explain me that? Thank you very much. And I'm saying that because my grandparents and my father and them is just pure blood Tobagonians there. The first hardware and gas station in Roxborough was from my parents, my grandparents and parents and them. Thank you very much.
Thank you. 342-0081-46653-91. Those are the numbers. Call us up as we are having our discussions and allowing you to say your piece and your part. Caller, good morning.
Hey, Bruce, morning.
Hey, morning.
Yeah, how that?
Yeah, man, you cool, man.
Good. All is good, eh?
Yeah, man.
Dominic, morning. Morning, Mr. Chance.
Morning.
Mommy Sauce. Mr. Cummins. Clement. Coco. Bruce, this morning, from what I get out of that debate yesterday, right? Very important. You see the Constitution, the first article in that Constitution, Tobago cannot separate from Trinidad, right? Because you see that maritime border is very important, right? That if we give up Tobago, we lost so much percentage that the maritime will be decreased and the economic impact for Trinidad will be so devastated that we cannot give up Tobago. Tobago has, to me, they have gotten a lot, right? What is the thing? But it must have an exchequer to manage their finance, and they cannot get that. You think? Because we are border close with Grenada, Barbados, Suriname, right? And we is I think it's 0.67, and if we give up Tobago, we will be 0.1, right? So look at our economic fall from 0.6 to 1. Tobago can never get that, and if you read the Constitution, Bruce, that's how they think it, that Tobago cannot separate from Tobago because of economical reason, right?
Yeah.
You all have a nice day.
Yeah, man. Take care. Caller, good morning. Morning.
Financial Guru, morning. Male Guru, female Guru, Canberra and Tobago, Mr. Landy, and mother, wherever you are, good morning. You understand what it is? Time. 2 more weeks. For what? If you want, everybody who asked for the period of time who showed up apparently late, was given a time that if you bring anything and we want to take it, we could amend it in such time. No one, even the opposition asked the government to put it in all the papers, but they didn't go to their constituents to ask their constituents what they want to see Tobago get. So they come in the parliament to argue on behalf of who, Dominic? Who are they arguing on behalf of? What more do they? Up to now, they can't tell me which part in the bill, what in the bill, what went wrong, what they don't like. Nothing of that nature. To me, the whole argument is that Tobago must have succession. And I will give you succession, but I keep the boats. Right? And I take back my police force and I take back my uniform, so then when I leave, it's come like you put a woman out your house, You and this woman together for, think about this, Bruce. You and this woman together for 30 years or 40 years, and one morning you just wake up, take away the keys, and she go to work with her handbag and she cell phone. And when she come back, she can't even come in the front door. You understand what they want? You know what the reason for that? The reason for that is that we will lose 2 seats. Because the opposition up to this morning cannot tell me who say that they didn't get Y or X in the bill. Tobago is getting a tremendous improvement. Here we're going on. From what I look at, Tobago have the opportunity to borrow the money internationally now. Bruce, if I go in the bank now, it's come like the wife, she could go in the bank with she salary, take a loan, and she does save her own money. Yeah?
Yep.
All right. Tobago had the opportunity to probably even do that as well. They have their own, they have their own meeting with the president. They don't have to wait on the Trinidad Prime Minister to go and tell the president they have a problem with what's going on in Trinidad. But if Tobago is together and they is to get into office, you know what happens? They can't do what they do between 10 to 20, 15 to Tobago. They formed their own, what do they call it? What was the man who went and take the operation? What was his name? Delman Baker? And they did what they did. They weren't able to do that kind of thing again. Tobagonians wake up, you know. A man come to tell about 18 something, all he was planting coconut and peas. We're in the year 2021. Different thing. And you know what's going on? All the oil and gas, what they're making noise for. The world is going green. So what watching you, if that is the plan, that thing will have no value just now, eh? Enjoy the day.
Caller, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Yes, hi, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Dominic. Morning. And Sharon. Hi. I calling to say that I do not support the bill, the Tobago Island government bill. I believe that we need to have politicians that can make us operate as one people. I think the bill will help further divide the country within two islands. Right? I think if the bill passed, it will be probably spread out at 10 steps towards secession, because once you give politicians power, they won't stop until they get more power. Right? I don't know why Tobago need to get powers to make laws, whether or not they want to limit Trinidadians from owning land in Tobago, or whether or not they want to limit fishermen from Trinidad from fishing in Tobago waters, etc., etc. I think that the issue should really be Trinbagonians and Tobagonians, or whether or not we should be Trinbagonians and not Trinidadians or Tobagonians. You know what I mean? I think the government of Trinidad and Tobago failed in integrating Tobago with Trinidad, the people and culture between the two islands, because we shouldn't have reached this point where Tobago feels that they are still a ward at Trinidad, even though Tobago is much more developed now than 20 years ago. And even though I don't normally support the opposition, I would support the opposition not to pass the bill, not based on their point, but on the fact that it will create a rift within our country that will lead to secession, and it wouldn't be good for the country, Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Caller, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
Yes. I want to quote two Bible verses that will alleviate the stress we are now going through with regards to the Tobago Island bill. Philippians 4:6-7. Be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made to God. And the other one is about the battle is not ours but God. Deuteronomy 20:4. For the Lord your God is the one who goes with you to fight for you against your enemies to give you victory. Let us all pray and place the situation in God's hand, asking for the opposition to support the bill. That's what we need to do. We need to ask God to talk to the opposition. We need support. If all of us who are complaining and being anxious, if all of us would call on God to change your mind and ask God to pass it, it will happen. Instead of us being anxious, let's leave it on God's hands, but we need to pray and ask God. So everyone that is calling, they should be asking God to let the opposition support the bill. It is His will. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes, Dominic. Yeah, just so. Hear me now? Well, right. Sorry about that. I want to take up the clipboard and like after that camera go and mic disappear. I don't know what I touched, but sorry about that. Anything to interject, or you want me to continue to take the calls?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Caller, good morning.
Yeah, good morning again, Bruce and Dominic.
Yeah, man, morning.
So, if they don't want to support the bill, you know what would happen? The people who are there, the incumbent right now, who run in the THA, will run it for the next 4 years with a little budget of just over 4.3 million, if it was 4.3% of the budget. And they would be running it for the next 4 years. But coming back to the opposition here right now in Trinidad, they see the Trinidad and Tobago Revenue Authority. They don't want to support that at all.